Hi. It is I, 6 Snipes, and as you can see by what I am holding, I've been spending today, this holiday of the 1st of April, recording the necessary footage to put together the M240B video. I've aggregated a significant amount of information. I played a lot more modes than you'd expect, and I'm about ready to start writing the script, so you can hope to see that sometime this week. But what I wanted to talk about today is something that I alluded to at the end of last week when I dropped the, Now, as you're all aware, as of today, probably a couple days ago for you by the time you're watching this, I dropped the April 1st video, which I think a lot of people were confused about. There seemed to be this idea that there was something wrong with the video, or that I was doing something differently, but in earnesty, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm glad people liked it, but I don't understand where people are coming from when they're saying that, oh, I was waiting for the video to start. Like, I don't understand what you're talking about, because that video, it started at like the 0-second mark. That's when the video started. I don't know, that's a guy. Nah, it's a girl, and I hate women. I did not get that person. Alright, I'm coming for you, bitch. Oh. Easy. I don't know where I am. Oh, I don't know if they saw me. I don't have the magazine. I don't think they saw me. Oh shit. I'm going like super ultra instinct mode right now instead of actually like discussing what I came here to discuss. Basically, the topic being, when I released that video, something, I'm gonna sit in the trash here where I belong so I can like aggregate my thoughts. More or less, upon release of that video, I put up on the community section of my channel, you guys are gonna get like a rant video, and obviously come Monday you've gotten your rant video. And you might be wondering as to, you know, what could one could even say trigger Snipes. What could compel me to make to post such a thing like that, you know? To post such an image which I feel would reflect my feelings for the time. What could possibly bring me to do such a thing? Hey, bitch. And the simple and honestly the also long answer being YouTube. And not really, I don't mean YouTube as like the company. As a matter of fact, in this situation, YouTube, the company, is being as little the problem as humanly possible. But there's a problem nonetheless, and it does have to deal with YouTube. And generally speaking, I try not to get mad about, like, you know, it's not my job, but it's also no small thing that I get paid to, like, make videos where I'm playing video games. And while it's a good bit more complicated than that, in earnesty, regardless of, the minutia of exactly how it may or may not work, I am fortunate. So I try not to get, like, you know, peeved, pissed, angry about my situation, you know? But every once in a while, it's just sort of unavoidable. There's a grenade somewhere. And, you know, normally I like to think I'm a pretty laid back person. I'm not, but I like to think that I am. For me to get angry, it must be pretty annoying, right? And what I'm talking about, because it's probably like 3 minutes into this video, generously, and you still have no clue. Like, you've seen the thumbnail. This jackass is still not telling you what is actually wrong. I'm like the worst girlfriend you've ever had. So what happened on April 1st is I actually finished editing the MG3 video. April 1st was what, Friday? I think I finished it like Thursday morning. And what happened was, I left the video exporting on my desktop, but the important thing is I did not have all day where I could look at it and say, fix any, like, perceivable problems. So I get back home late because I was out, and it's Friday night. And my plan was initially, and you're probably wondering where it is, and I promise you if it's not out yet, it's coming, okay? My plan was, I had it arranged where I was going to film the Minecraft 3-hour unedited video. Because I was heavily requested. It was by the way, which is a complete joke. Like, I did not even remotely intend to like that entire thread was just posted to like as a meme. Like, very few of my polls mean anything.
What do you mean by that?
So I only got 4 kills that game. I was running around the entire time. I didn't die. What? So what happened was, having the intentions of doing the Minecraft video, we're setting up. I'm like, I get online, my friend's on Discord, we're getting ready to do Minecraft. I'm doing it with my friend because I earnestly don't think, these are edited, this video you're watching is still edited. You would be bored out of your skull if I just dropped the upload of the file, where I did a long format recording of me just talking to my monitor about my life's issues, right? It's boring. You would hear a lot more usages of the word like, unlike what some of you might have thought in the comments of the last video. That's actually a very conservative margin for the numbers that word was used in my recordings often. And I'm sorry if you thought that was of poor quality. This is only my 3rd attempt at this, and that was only my 2nd attempt, so you're the problem. Getting ready to do Minecraft, I'm like, oh, I have my video done. My April 1st video is done. My gun guide, another gun guide, one of many, not different than any of the others. Shut up. It's not different. I upload it, and there's a copyright claim.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't.
Now, if you don't know what a copyright claim is, basically every time you upload a video to YouTube, there's 2 things that need to happen. Technically 3. First is the actual upload process. So you make your video, whatever it is. Let's say you upload your 1 terabyte homework folder to YouTube. That's going to take forever, but let's say you do, right? And the first thing you have to do is you have to upload it. And you've probably, if you've edited the video, you've already done all the work to make the video a file, right? You drop a file into the YouTube machine or the YouTube whatever, the YouTube application. It uploads from your computer. You need internet access through the entire process. And that can take anywhere between like minutes tops for like very small videos to possibly, I haven't made anything this big, but I've heard hours. And it all depends on the codec you used for exporting, the resolution of your video. Different things like that can affect it. But more or less, it has to upload in 2 versions, which is firstly the SD version, which is the SD version, which is the standard definition. And then you get the HD version, which is the high definition. We are in the shit right now. I'm gonna you can't fucking shoot while. So what I was trying to get at is that once those first 2 things happen, standard definition and high definition get uploaded, they have to be processed. And what that means is, now that YouTube has those files, they're gonna this guy. They're gonna scan them. What they're looking for is several things. First of all, YouTube is looking for anything that might be considered violent, profane, things that aren't user friendly. More or less, they're looking to make sure that they can be like legally, they're not like legally accountable for you posting like things that are illegal content. This can be a lot of things. The simplest explanation would be basically they want to make sure you're not putting up like an ISIS beheading video, even though they're completely dog shit at catching those. From what I hear, don't think I'm like intimately aware of. The second thing that happened is a bunch of bots scan it, and these aren't, to my knowledge, specifically YouTube's bots. These are bots that are installed into the engine by third parties. And what these do is they scan your entire video for copyright material. Now, you might imagine there could be copyright material. You know what, let's not baby you. You know what copyright material is. You've seen a lot of videos. If you've been on YouTube, following YouTube, anyone's YouTube career for any amount of time, you've definitely heard of the fucking copyright problems, right? You know what copyright material is. It's someone else's intellectual property. Cool. Songs, movies, stuff that the creator didn't make and are using in their video. Now, there are normally protections for using copyright material known as fair use, but in the wonderful world of YouTube, and in the case of today's story, this is not true. I'm actually kind of on a roll here. I'm usually not very concise about discussing this thing. I haven't even said the word like in like the past. Oh, anyway, so I'm getting a little off track here. Oh, there's only 5 people on their team. I wonder if I'm gonna get sniped if I come out here. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Okay, so what happens is these copyright holders, which can be a lot of different things. Mainly, the big one is I don't know what's shooting at me. The big one is record producers, or I don't really know what to call them. Record holders. People like Sony, Warner Bros. Has a record producer called Water Tower. I know that because they've claimed one of my things, as you might have seen the Batman video. There's also movie companies like Paramount can claim your stuff because they own movies, and if you put like clips from movies, theoretically Paramount can claim your stuff. And what this means is when you're monetized like Big Boy Snipes over here, and not completely dog shit at aiming, so your videos are much more popular than me, right? And you want to say, like, let's say you want to use a clip from what's a funny movie? Because you want funny haha stuff. Let's say you put a clip from The Office, and like not Michael Scott. Who's the guy? Who's Steve Carell in The Office? I've never watched this show. He's like yelling.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Like that clip. Say you use that clip. So let's say movie studio, whoever or whatever, whoever owns the rights to The Office. In theory, they have the right to claim your content, and these bots are scanning for stuff like the clips of The Office. So that nice little clip, I just got flashed. If you tell me you don't like balancing your maps without telling me you don't like balancing your maps. So where even was I? So there are bots that scan for that clip, and let's say a bot picks up that clip of Michael Scott doing.
No! 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 No!
I swear, kill him. That 30 rounds just like that. So the bot has found out about your little shenanigans, your little scheme to conspire to use the clip of Steve Carell doing the funny haha man bit and the funny haha show, right? Now, I've actually used this clip, and this is a poor example because this is something that's commonly, like, when it's a big enough meme and they detected enough things, they usually stop because it's considered poor practice to do things like strike people for using something that's largely considered to move beyond like the intentions of the show. It's clearly parody, right? You're a piece of shit. Anyway, oh shit. This is all hypothetical, right? All right, Purple Jacket Man, I saw your ass. Where are you? Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's dead. But let's say that clip of The Office has been like yeeted, okay? They go, all right. So what can we do? Because you're clearly infringing on their IP, and you're definitely hurting their bottom line because you include the clip of Steve Carell doing the funny haha shit, and that can't stand. So these guys need to send a message. They need to make sure that you can't just steal their money like that, right? So they have this option. They have they like creators have tools to make videos. They have tools to edit, alter, affect how creators do things, and they're the copyright controls. And what that means is they can select your video and they can say a number of things. They can say, hey, we're gonna block your video from being shown. That's kind of like a mid-tier result of like that's like not ideal whatsoever. Like you made the video, you worked hard, and because Steve Carell's doing the funny haha man stuff, now that it's in your video, it's not gonna you can't show it. The more common solution is they can demonetize the video. What that means is you don't make money off of it. And there's a variance of that, and the most common one these days seems to be the monetization claiming tool, where you're demonetized, you won't make the money, but the ads still run. So the money goes to someone, and it's going to the people who own the clip of The Office. Now, let's say your video is 10 minutes. Let's say your video is 10 minutes of how completely bullshit the bullet physics and the DPS and the features of the honey badger are, right? Let's assume that's what your video is about. 10 minutes, and you worked hard. You voiced the script. You edited it for hours. This might even be your YouTube debut. This might have been your coup de grace. Your what do they even call it? What's the thing that the thing? It's like it's your masterpiece, right? This is your master class. You put so much work into this, but because that probably, I'm gonna guess, 4-second clip of Steve Carell doing the funny haha man shit, they now own the monetization for the entirety of the video. Now, I ask you, hypothetically, if that happened to me, would you say that's fair? And I think the generalist answer probably is, well, that depends. Like, if it's you putting in a funny meme, like, clearly it's satirical. That's actually protected under fair use, which means they can't claim it legally speaking. Dang. And when it comes down to it, it's not... I said it is for the bit, but it's not really hurting their bottom line, right? But and yet they do claim it. So, oh, he's dead. He is done. Get shit on. Anyway, he has been thoroughly sharded. What happened on the April 1st video? We come full circle after like 8 minutes of me trying to explain what is happening, right? We come full first on the April 1st video. I worked very hard on that perfect... Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Perfectly normal video. But what got claimed was the probably no, it was a 4 minute. It was a 3-minute, 59-second, like nearly 4 minute on the dot clip of this movie called Downfall. And if you're not aware, you probably seen the video, so maybe you are aware, but you don't know what the context of that clip is. Downfall is a movie about... It kind of surrounds... I want to say the character of, but it's a historically, like, a real person, Adolf Hitler. And it's about the fall of the Nazi regime and the I have to bleep that word. Do people actually get demonetized for saying Nazi? It's like the second N-word, dude. I'm gonna bleep that just because it's funny. And it's about his sort of coming to terms with the fact that he's about to eat some massive shit. Now that I say that comedically, it's actually from what I understand, and it's on my watch list, it still is. Despite all of this, it's still on my watch list. I hear it's a quite good movie. And if you haven't seen the video, first of all, stop watching this. It's infinitely more entertaining if you go watch that and then come back to this if you're really interested. But when you use that much, the bots pick it up. And the problem is, once they pick it up, ultimately on April 1st, the revenue of that video was claimed. Now, mind you, this started at... I uploaded it to YouTube when I got back, 1 a.m. Okay, it's 1 a.m. It finished uploading. I uploaded a little soon. I uploaded like a little before midnight, and then it finished at 1 a.m. processing. All the checks ran, and it's like, hey, we have a problem. YouTube's like, you have a copyright claim on your video. So here's the things you can do when there's a copyright claim. If you feel that you were wronged somehow, and I am a victim of the... You can call me a professional victim.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
And he's not dead. One down. And there's a number of things you can do. So step number 1, you can appeal it. What appeal means is, my bad. You can appeal and say, hey, I feel like my content is using it within fair use, which is a certain number of guidelines, where it's protected under, like, there's not enough content for it to be a significant representation of their content, right? It's not big enough sample to effectively hurt their bottom line. B, it's satirical, it's parody, that's protected as sort of a freedom of speech sort of deal. Or C,
A's clear. We got A.
What is C? I had a C in my head and now it's gone. The size of it? Or C, you improved upon it to the point where it no longer is accurate to the piece of media that is represented in what you made. And I always make a point of, whenever I use someone else's stuff, I always make a point of adding something for that C part, right? Where it's like, I want to make sure I'm not just stealing someone else's stuff. I want people to look at my stuff and be like, oh, he's not just like using the funny haha man Steve Carell clip. Like, it's actually like, it adds to the video, right? And it's not like, it's not kind of out of place, just a clip from The Office, right? That's what I always like to do. And I also don't use a massive clip from what they do. I don't like use entire songs. I don't think ever. I don't use like entire movies. I'm not a proprietor for pirating and shit. That's not what's happening here, right? He's dead. I'm gonna bait my teammate out. Go for it. Nice shot.
That worked pretty well.
That went really well, Chief. I think we cleared it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Anyway, I always try to make sure I'm not just one or two of those. I try to hit all three on the head. It's too short for it to represent what they made. It's not really the same thing because I've edited it significantly, which happens a lot, either by adding sounds or text, like captions and stuff. In this case, subtitles to that clip. And I try to make it, and it's always satirical. It's always satirical. Every single time when I do it, because my channel is memes, and that's like the most clear one, where it's like, it's very easy to argue that something's comedy even if it's not funny, because like, it's, while it's hard to legally classify what is funny or not, it is easily classifiable what is considered satire and what is not, and the answer is a lot of things. But the problem is, in a court of law, the argument where you say, hey, this is why my content isn't what their content is, I took their content, I added captions, I added noises, it's not a long enough form for it to represent what they made, right? That's one thing. There's a guy right here, watch this. Dumbass, Lamau. Anyway, so I could argue that to a judge any day of the week, and the judge would give me, theoretically, because I'm a legal expert, I watched like all 7 seasons of Suits, bro. The judge would give me like the win, probably. It's probably a pretty defensible thing, right? Especially the satire bit. No, he's not dead yet? Okay, now he's dead. And the problem is, it's not a court of law which decides it. It's not YouTube which decides it. I don't blame YouTube for not deciding it. YouTube cannot afford to be the legal representation for every single creator it has, or even any of the big ones. The fees would be too much. You have to pay lawyers and shit, and they get involved, and they take a cut of everything. YouTube has no reason to be the moderator in this. But you know who also has no reason to be the moderator in this? The people who claimed your content to begin with. But you know who is the people who moderate this? People who hear your claim and decide whether or not your claim is valid? It's, surprise, it's the people I'm gonna get killed. It is the people who claimed your stuff to begin with. And when they stand to legally gain every time, this dude, oh, he's throwing it back, he's throwing it back. And when they stand to make an actual fiscal gain, is it fiscal? Isn't fiscal something to do with time? When they stand to make a monetary gain from not letting you have your shit like monetized, why would they in any scenario ever decide to give you your money? The answer is they don't have to, and they're not going to. And this is hypothetical, because if I said that they're just irresponsibly taking my money, I could get like sued or whatever. But the reality is, that is how the copyright system works. It's largely controlled by people who hold the copyrights for things they didn't even make. Like, these studios own the rights to these films, but like the actual artists who made them have nothing to do with the copyright holders. And They didn't really work on these projects, but they own the rights to them, and they can just make absolute fat stacks because they either bankroll it to begin with, or they happen to have acquired the rights now. And what this ultimately means is, in the most cash cow way possible, hold it. Okay, go. He one-tapped me with a Makarov?
Hey, it's gone.
He's gone. Oh no. Fruity Pinocchio right now.
Loading.
So, hypothetically, when they've claimed your content and you appeal, why would they ever, I think this is where I left off, why would they, like, when they're the only authority who actually has control over whether or not you have the rights to monetize your equipment, why would they let you monetize it? Why would they give up the money that they in their eyes, or even if they consciously know they don't actually own it, they still, why would they retract it? Because it's not a court of law that's deciding. And without a lawyer and without a bunch of money, you can't take them to court. And even if you had that, it's just inefficient to have a trial for every single video you make where they claim this shit. So what happens is, a lot of money every year gets taken from creators, and that happened on April 1st. And that happened to me for only the second time ever. And this time it sucks because he's not dead. Dude, how many times? It's not, this is why I hate ministry. It's never a fit. Oh shit, please get me out of the way if it's line of fire. 2 dubs, I think. Last 2 games were dubs, so I'm not mad that I took the L here. What was my K? 14-6. I handed it to them. They got absolutely shit in. They got shit in. They claimed my video, and I've already tried the appeal process, and I actually got lucky last time, because something I learned this time was that in the appeal process, if you appeal and they quote unquote find that you don't have big quote unquote here, the rights to monetize your content, and you've submitted what they determine to be, not YouTube, but they determine to be a false claim, they can strike you. And if you don't know what a strike is, strikes are bad. Strikes mean you don't make videos for a week. I don't think you get monetized for a week. None of your stuff gets monetized. YouTube takes all your ad revenue. And past that, if you get more than a couple of them, you're out. You're off YouTube. And I'm pretty sure they ban your other accounts too if you get struck off YouTube. So it's kind of a big deal when you get struck. And so naturally, knowing this now, I'm never going to appeal a video. Ever. Because there's never going to be an instance, I've never heard of someone appealing a video and the copyright holder ever laying out. There's a lot of famous instances. If you haven't been on YouTube a lot, if you've been living under a rock, go look up I Hate Everything and versus Daddy Derek, that sleazy piece of shit, right? Or being a movie YouTube channel at all, where fair use, one of the things being critical of something used for reviewing it in a critical aspect, as in if you review a movie, if you're a critic.
Whoa, enemy dudes, get out of here.
Eat shit and die, bro. Eat shit and die, bro.
Oh, 6 snipes.
Whoa, are you serious? If you come in here, I won't. Don't shoot me. Where are you? Hello, I will follow you.
Welcome. You better not fucking kill him.
Yeah. He killed me a bunch last game. Was good, boys. You have the good drip though. Can't dispute it. Bottom line is you can't dispute. So what did I do next? I said, okay, well, YouTube, realizing that this system is full of shit, thoroughly, it does not work, added a couple tools for creators. If you get a song, if you use a song or video and it gets claimed by these people, you can literally mute that part of the video, and not only are they no longer able to claim your video and not able to claim it again, the claim is lifted, they cannot claim it again, because it used to be that in the dark ages of YouTube, which predates me, thankfully, it used to be these copyright holders could literally just say, hey, your video uses our shit. You're like, where? They're like, I don't know, cut it out. And you're like, okay, but where so I can cut it out? They're like, I don't know. So you'd have to be guessing. You have to take their, like, you have to like cut out different pieces that they wanted you to cut out. But it was a guessing game. Now they have to mark it out for you. Like you have a song in your video, it's theirs. Okay, well guess what? You can go into your video and you can mute that part of the video. I could have done that for the Batman video, but instead I just decided to re-upload it with a funnier edit, right? But that's the thing I could have done. And you know what? Water Tower Music could have no longer legally claimed my video, and they didn't, because their song was not present. So that's the thing you can do when it's a clip of a movie. They're like, okay, you can literally, like, I don't think you can make it mute in black screen, but you can cut that clip of the movie out. But the problem is, and if you've seen the video, you know, half of the video is me putting captions over Hitler having a shit fit. And this guy's just like, why is this guy talking like the one wormy dude from Smiling Friends?
Like, oh, freaking pissed off, man. I always want to be a shotgun artist, man.
So you can cut that clip out, but the problem is half of the video is the Hitler bit, right? And it's a funny bit. It was already a funny bit before I did any of the edits. It was a funny bit before I did any of the edits to it. But because I was like, all right, now I have to fool the bots. So I spent, so you notice it got uploaded at 8. The video got uploaded at 8, which tells you that between the hours of 1 a.m. and 8 a.m. I was editing it. And I probably resubmitted that video about 10 times. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but keep in mind, about 20 minutes to export the video from Premiere, then another probably it's specifically every time off these fucking spawns. So another 20 minutes to upload to YouTube, and then another like 10 minutes to process it, where they're checking for their cut, right? Where they're gonna cut little bits out of your video and tell you that it's theirs, right? And I resubmitted it 10 times. I broke it up with the clips of the dude laughing. Right, rest in peace. I put in clips of like the gameplay where like it's like what he's describing. None of it worked. I tried mirroring the video. I tried putting in there's game audio of the actual match. That wasn't in the original cut. It's funny, and all the stuff I added was still funny, but it's not in the original cut. And that's all meant to be to like disrupt the bots when they're detecting, like they're looking for videos of Hitler yelling. So in the middle of Hitler yelling, if there's like insurgency sandstorm gunfire, it's harder for them to say, oh, this is definitely Hitler yelling. Fuck. I think he threw his grenade out the window there. Unfortunately, it just didn't work. Like, none of it worked. None of it worked. In short, it just didn't work. And I don't know, at the end of the day, like, I spent so much time on that MG3 video. It's my top video right now because of course it is. It's a very good video. I still love the video nonetheless. But
southwest, second floor in that green building.
But I'm not getting the money for it, and it's kind of a big deal for me in my situation right now. I don't know, it just kind of sucks. I just want to talk about that. I don't know where else I can go with this, dude. Like I can't. I'm not gonna go to my video and cut it up. I'm not gonna cut half the video out. I'm not gonna do any of that because I don't know what is he shooting at. Easy. It's just not. None of it's simple, dude. None of it's simple. I'm not gonna. Here's the thing. I'm not compromising ever. Right now, at least while I'm young and naive, I'm never going to compromise the idea, like what I'm going for. I'm never going to compromise my form in the name of monetization. Even though it really sucks, I'm not going to do it. It's not happening. So I don't know. This isn't a plea for help. I don't need your money or anything like that. It's just like, that sucks. And I'm sure all of y'all have had experiences recently that sucks. And, you know, it's kind of nice to talk about it sometimes. So, I don't know. I think that's probably where I'm going to end this video. This has got to be a long-ass video, dude. This has got to be a long-ass video. This has got to be like a 30-minute video. It's going to be like a 30. Oh, shit. There's maybe like 2 of you watching. To all you Kevins and Kyles out there, because I know a lot of Kyles watch my shit. You know, maybe throw me a like, and you can like the video, and that would help me make money, because the algorithm says, wow, that's pretty good. I'm gonna show that video to other people, and then I get 10 cents on every dollar for every ad that is shown. So I have been Six Snipes, and this has been copyright.